If you're considering Dubai and the UAE as your tax home, to pay less taxes, to get better networking opportunities, to escape the woke West, we're going to go through all the pros and the cons of living in Dubai and the UAE, me living 3 years and also helping more than 500 people all over the world gain residency in the UAE. For the pros, very investment friendly, immigration friendly, very easy to get a visa. If you buy property, a straightforward process of buying property. There's not this crazy property tax as in other countries, specifically in the EU. They do have a 4% land department fee, which is technically a tax, but that's it. You don't pay anything after that in taxes on that property. You can get a 10-year golden visa by investing in your company, by buying property. You can get a 2-year visa by just incorporating a company. Overall, very friendly to wealth, and that's what we want around the world. We want places that are not going to tax us, that are not going to confiscate our wealth in any way. And you do have that 9% corporate tax, but there are no personal income taxes, no capital gains taxes, no crypto taxes at the personal level, and the corporate tax is low. There are some exceptions, and overall you can pay a relatively very low tax rate compared to pretty much anywhere else in the world. Dubai also hosts huge events for networking, huge conferences like Token 2049 for crypto specifically. You have great networking opportunities in restaurants, parties. Overall, you're gonna meet billionaires, 100 millionaires, people that are trying to grow their wealth to the next level, that are trying to enjoy their wealth around the world. They're coming from restrictive countries. They're coming from countries that are gonna tax them, and they have a different mentality than people in Canada, in the US, who think Canada is the best country in the world. No, they have a very different mindset. They're trying to collect residencies, collect passports, because they know that they can't trust one particular country. So it's a very interesting audience of people that you get to meet and network with in Dubai, and you might meet your next big business partner or your next big investor. Dubai is also extremely well developed, great infrastructure. It's very safe. Police can come very quickly. It's overall a very surveilled city and surveilled country. So you're not going to experience theft or assault in most cases. You're not going to experience somebody invading your home and trying to take something from your home or stealing your car. Like in Canada, they're stealing Rolls Royce, they're stealing Maseratis out of the driveway. In Dubai, that's extremely unlikely to happen. You also have very English proficiency across the country. There are a lot of people that don't speak good English. There are a lot of people that don't speak English at all, but you have a huge expat population where you can easily speak English. You can easily get by with English. So if you're looking for a country that has low tax, that is easy to move to, that is a quick residency process, plus they speak English, the UAE works out very well. You have amazing airlines from Dubai, you have Emirates, from Abu Dhabi, you have Etihad, and overall you're well connected to the whole world. If you want to go from Indonesia to the United States, you can do Indonesia, Dubai, United States. If you want to go to Europe, you can go to Europe. If you want to go anywhere in the world, you can do it through Dubai. It is a central hub in the world. There is a con to being a central hub in the world and the geography of Dubai, but in general, the geography of the country of the UAE helps you a lot. Now, specifically for crypto investors, if you want to pay low crypto tax, if you want a place that is extremely crypto friendly, in general, society is crypto friendly, then UAE is a great choice. And UAE works really well for specific residents of specific countries. For example, if you're a resident of the UK as a UK citizen, and you're looking for a place to move to very fast, to set up very fast, and a place you can pay very low tax very fast, then the UAE works out really well. Because the UK's tax system works on a time basis, how much time you spend in the UK. So if you move early on in the financial year, or you're preparing for next financial year, you move very quickly to the UAE. It's understandable. A lot of Brits move to the UAE. The government understands it. As long as you don't spend that much time in the UK during the financial year, then you can pay the low tax rates of the UAE and not of the UK. And you can do that pretty easily. It's also great for Indians, for example. If you don't spend a significant amount of time in India and you just move to the UAE, that is very easy to pay the UAE tax rates. Now, when it comes to the cons of the UAE, what are the bad things about living in Dubai, about living in UAE? First of all, the air pollution. Specifically in summer, it can get to the level of Bangkok. It can get to the level of Jakarta. Just horrible air pollution. You have trouble sleeping. It shortens your lifespan. Overall, it's not good for your health. On top of that, food is also not that high quality. Most of it is imported, and you get way better food in Eastern Europe, in Latin America than you do in the UAE. So food, you definitely miss very high quality produce, very high quality fruits from other parts of the world. Water that you use to shower, to clean your hands can be contaminated. For example, I rented an apartment in Dubai Marina for a year and the water was constantly brown. Whenever you turn on the tap, it's just brown, and then it turns clear. That's minerals, that's residue, pollution, contamination in your water that you're then showering with, and then you're all itchy and you're wondering why, and it's because of the water not being being clean. There's obviously not much nature. That's one of the stereotypes of Dubai and the UAE, that it's a concrete jungle, that all this infrastructure is amazing, but there's no nature. And it's true. When you go to Europe, when you go to Switzerland, when you go to Latin America, and you see, oh my God, there's trees everywhere. It's amazing. It's integrated within the city. Even in cities like Mexico City, trees and nature are integrated within the city. In Dubai, that's not really a priority. It's also pretty bad for dating. There's a lot of gold diggers. There's a lot of women that just want you for your money. If, for example, you're trying to meet a hot Russian girl, you might meet them in Dubai, but you're way better off going to Russia and meeting them in Russia. Because in Dubai, they're much more likely to just want you for your money. They want to fix themselves up with your money, and overall the quality of dating isn't that great. Women tend to want to build a business, to have a career, to not really take care of their man, as opposed to the same nationality of women back home. And one particular thing that is kind of annoying to me, might not be annoying to you, although I love every nationality, I'm not racist, but in Dubai and the UAE, there's a lot of Indians and there's a lot of Pakistani. There is a lot of them. Same as in London. I was surprised. Oh my God, is this India or is this the UK? There's too many of them. In Dubai, you might have the same impression. If you need help deciding what country is the best for you and your family to move to, you can book a call with the link in the description, and we will help you and guide you throughout every step. Check it out in the link in the description. Now, when it comes to taxes, I did say that taxes are low, that you can pay 0% personal income tax, you can pay 0% crypto tax, but who does it not work for? There's two specific people. There's more, but the ones that it really doesn't work out for is Americans, because if you move to the UAE as a US citizen, don't think that you can pay the tax rates of the UAE. For personal income tax, you're going to pay taxes to the US. For crypto tax, you're going to pay taxes to the US. For company taxes, you're going to pay some taxes to the US. So you're always going to be paying back home, specifically in crypto. If you make $10 million profit in crypto, and you move to the UAE and you think, oh, I can just cash out, or an agent told me I can just put it under a company. No, that's breaking US law. And the banks and the brokers in the UAE, they have to report that to the United States. So at some point, they're going to find out about it. And if they catch you, they're going to throw a ton of penalties at you. They're going to throw the law book at you, and you're going to have a lot of issues. So even if you move to the UAE as an American or as a US permanent resident, you still need to pay crypto taxes, personal income tax, some corporate tax back to the United States. And who it also doesn't work out for is for Norwegians or other countries that have restrictions on what country you can move to after you leave your origin country. If you leave Norway and you move your millions from Norway to the UAE, Norway will continue to tax you for the next 3 years after you left Norway, because the UAE doesn't have a tax treaty with Norway. That's why Norwegians tend to move to Switzerland or Romania or other countries that have tax treaties with Norway, not to the UAE. Now, I said that geography helps Dubai and the UAE a lot. That's right in the middle of the world, but also geography hurts it, because Iran is right there. Israel is close by. Yemen, also close by. If a World War III breaks out, Dubai is probably not a safe place to be. The radiation from Iran would quickly hit Dubai and the UAE. UAE has been bombed by Yemen before. Not that many people were killed, but there's still that prospect of fighting with Yemen, fighting with Iran. Overall, there's a lot of tension in that region. Now, obviously, the UAE is a Muslim majority country. There's no LGBT, there's no trans, there's no gender ideology in school. There's no gender indoctrination, which is amazing, because I don't agree with any of these topics. I don't agree with teaching children. This is disgusting to me. I agree with not being woke. The other side of that is that it's a Muslim society. So you're going to hear the Muslim calls of prayer. Overall, you're going to see a lot of people praying, a lot of mosques. If you're devout Christian or if you're devout of another religion, it might affect you, and you might not like Dubai and the UAE at all. Now, I said that Dubai and the UAE is very safe, but this can come as a con to you. You're wondering why it's a safe place, but it's also very surveilled. Police is very effective, and this can be used against you. Let's say that you make a business deal with an Emirati, with a local citizen. He invests in your company, and you agree that in 5 years, you're going to pay him back. In 6 months, he says, I want my money back. And you say, no, we're going to pay you back in 5 years. He says, I want my money back now. He can go to the prosecutor in the UAE, file the police case against you, file a criminal case against you, and you get a travel ban, you get arrested, and if you're outside of the country, you can get an Interpol red notice issued against you for some silly crime. There's been people arrested for knocking on the door of some sheikh, and they were accused of trespassing, or they touched somebody in the leg by mistake. Maybe they fell, maybe they grabbed his arm or something. That's assault. So you have to be extremely careful with the law. It's a safe place, but it can be drastically used against you. You can check out Detained in Dubai. It's a great website by Rada Sterling. She shares all the different cases of people that have been screwed over by the UAE law. Now, about crypto, I said that it's crypto-friendly society in general, but banks are not crypto-friendly. They don't want your millions. You can't go to Emirates MBD and say, I have 2 million that I made from crypto trading and I want to deposit it in the bank. They're going to say, that's a good joke. Go somewhere else. This is not Switzerland. This is not Liechtenstein. You can't just deposit money in the bank straight from a crypto exchange. You have to be extremely careful. Banks are very old-fashioned and they do not want your crypto profits. And the last thing, I obviously said that it's very easy to get residency, to get a visa, but it's almost impossible to get permanent residency or citizenship unless you're willing to donate and invest millions of dollars into the UAE economy and donate to the UAE government. You're not getting a UAE passport. You're not getting UAE citizenship. You're not getting UAE permanent residency. And overall, it cannot be your permanent home. There's countries around the world where you can easily get residency, citizenship, Latin America, Eastern Europe, you can get a second passport. You can invest in countries and get a second passport. The UAE is one that has extremely high barriers for those that want that citizenship. So obviously, if you're looking for a permanent home where you can always have zero tax, where you can always live and really build a life and have children and everything, it really doesn't work out that well. If you're looking for other countries around the world to pay less taxes, to have more freedom with your wealth and protect your assets better, check out this video right here on the best countries that my clients and me are choosing all over the world to enjoy your wealth better, to pay less tax, and overall have more freedom in your life. Check it out right here.